Hi everyone, I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up. Welcome and happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday at 5:30. And today we are going to make a super exciting card. When I first looked at the catalog, which I should have grabbed so I can show it to you, because it is in a larger catalog, I just loved this card and I wanted to make it. So I am going to make sure my chat is on live chat. Got to write down my notes really quick. One being that we are definitely going to do a drawing today because I figured it out. I don't know what made me go brain dead the last one, but we're going to draw a couple things for you today. Just because you guys have been awesome and patient with my forgetfulness on my drawing. Hi Leslie, Linda, Eileen, welcome. So we're going to do the drawing. I'm going to do a couple other little things. But let me find that picture. I just kind of thought, oh, I should show it to you. It was such a cute card, and I want to tell you, if you have a catalog, and we're going to look under the index. Hello. Page 89. So the stamp sets on page 89 in the large annual catalog. And if I remember correctly, it's on the right side on the upper right because, yeah, so this is the card that I saw that I liked so much, this one. So since I've got this catalog, I've been wanting to do that card because at first I looked at the tree and I'm like, oh, that's a cute bonsai tree. That might be kind of fun. And then I saw that card and I was like, ooh, that would be kind of fun and a great way to use up some DSP. So that's what we're going to do today. I did a little bit of changing it up, but I'm going to kind of show you how I did it and a couple differences that I did, and then how to stamp the set. It's super simple. I love it. Busy day today. My grandson wore me out today. He was not wanting to clean up his toys, and I was like, I need to get in my craft room and get my stuff done. Speaking of that, I have been working very, very, very hard on getting my Hues class done. It is ready to ship. So if you are joined my Hues class, kits are done, ready to go. I ended up making one extra. So if anybody wants it, the first person that purchases it, I guess, goes to my blog and buys it, will get it. So here are your kits. So these are the kits. We're going to have a 3D item, we're going to have a fancy fold item, and we're going to have 2 cards. And so that's all I can show you. But if you are interested, I have one left. So it is on my blog. What's the temperature here? I think here today was, I think 100 and, oh, here, I'll look real quick. It's going to be like 107 this weekend. It is, I walked outside and kind of felt good because my house is cold. Once you get solar, you're like, oh, I'll just keep cranking it down. And now I'm thinking it's a little bit too far down for me. Today was only 94, and it's 94 right now, but 106 Fridays and Saturday. And then next week it goes back to 101 on Wednesday. So it's going to dip in the 90s and then back up to 101 Wednesday. So yeah, it'll be a hot one. My daughter's coming from Oregon, so she'll get the, hey, welcome back home weather. Ooh, 109. That's hot. Yay, Andrea, you're watching live. Yay, Tracy. Hi, Dar. Hi, Cherry. So, hi, Debbie. Hi, Jeannie. So, yeah, so today, whew, my grandson. So I got the card. They are done. They're scheduled for pickup tomorrow. That is finished. I started working on some bingo. So I'm kind of playing with what I'm going to do there. So that's going to be fun. We're going to do some drawings today. I told you about the hues. Let me just quickly, bingo is coming up right around the corner. The cutoff, I don't remember the top of my head, but when you go in to register, make sure you're aware of the cutoff date. I have to do a cutoff date because I'm the only one that preps my stuff, so it takes me some time. And you guys that do my classes and do my bingos know they're pretty detailed, so it takes me some time to get everything prepped and ready to go. When is your bingo? It is the 21st. So the 21st is bingo. It's at 5 o'clock. It's a Tuesday. And it's only $35. So it's just like my class. So basically the bingo's for free, kind of. Um, so that is, I mean, you're going to get 4 card kits, and they're, you know, really good detailed card kits. And it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll get the card kits after bingo, because my thought is during bingo, I want you to relax, have fun, watch the progress be made, chat with people, play bingo, and have a good time. Then I timestamp your projects. And then once you get your kit, you can come back and create at your own leisure. So we have a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys will join that. Oh, right now, a lot of people have been asking me, and I don't have one in front of me, but my pouches that I keep my paper in. I had a lot of messages this last week about that. And lucky for you, Stampin' Storage is having a sale right now. So they are called, okay, so let me back up a second. I told you guys I bought them from Amazon because I did, but I went and compared prices. Now, Stampin' Storage used to have sleeves, which would be open across the top and down one of the sides. I did not like those. For me, that was not, I didn't want that. It is online, Andrea. You're talking about bingo. We play bingo online on YouTube. So, hi Betty. We go online, we play on YouTube just like this on a Tuesday night. Only those that pay get the kits and get all the goodies that come with it. And sometimes there's a PDF, you know, different things. I always throw something in there for you. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. So that it will be online. So my blog up here is where you will go. And at the top on the menu, it says shop, bingo, PDF, retired, you know, paper share, that kind of thing. So that's where you'll go. And so Stampin' Storage, I decided to check there because they used to have the sleeves. Now they have the pockets. I think I call them pouches, but they're pockets. And so when you go to look for your paper pockets, those are the ones that have all of the 3 sides, okay? So the paper goes in the top. That's what I like. And so they are pockets. Anyway, there's a sale going on. On my blog post tonight for this card, when it goes live a little bit after this video, I usually post it. But if you are subscribed to my blog, you will not get notified that it's live until tomorrow morning. And so when you get that, or go on later tonight, you will see the details. They also have some door busters. And so it'll say door busters, and it'll have some different items that the percentages will go up. Okay, so make sure you check that out. I would love it if you guys use my link. I have it on my blog. I have it listed below. So I would really appreciate that. Okay, all that said, paper share. My paper share is going to be the very beginning of July. As soon as I'm able to order it, I will get it all ordered for you. It is everything. All the new stuff, it's listed on the registration area when you go register on my blog. It's only $65, and you get like, I think it's right at 181 pages. And so there is a lot of gorgeous stuff. And of course, you're going to get more than that. So that's just how I roll. So I like to give you guys something else to, you know, play with too. So you'll get something else too. If you want to do that and you want to check out all the papers and stuff and have them in your hand, give that a try sometime. And I know in July that you're able to purchase, but just think that, you know, if you're kind of iffy on a couple different papers, once you see them in person, you're going to know exactly what you want, which is all of them. And they'll be fun to play with. Also a great gift to give somebody. If you have, you know, somebody that you want to divvy those out to some people, then, you know, do what you want. You will get a quarter of each package. Hi, Linda. How are you? Great, Andrea. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Star. Okay, so what else? What else? Oh, paper share. Um, 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 um. Mm, mm, mm. That's it. My host code's below. I'd appreciate if you use that. And that's about it. I will not be here on Sunday. I'm throwing a baby shower for our youngest daughter, and she is coming in from Montana. And so we're going to have a house full of people this weekend. The PayPal didn't work when I registered for the paper share. You will need to send me an. Oh, okay, Tracy. I know a couple of people said that too, and I don't know if it's a certain kind of payment method or what's going on because I've had a lot of other pay without a problem. So invoice. Okay. Paper share. Okay, gotcha. Oh, Linda, thank you. I appreciate it. Montreal. Hi, Danielle. How are you? So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks about this. I think that's all the update stuff. Oh, drawing. I wrote that down. I don't want to forget. I'm going to give away a few things tonight, 4 to be exact. So hang around and let's just get started. Okay, so this is what we're going to be crafting with today. And I did a lot of the work. I kind of mainly want to show you a couple of things that I did differently than what's in the catalog and some tips and tricks that I would and maybe not do. So I'll show you that. It's called Treasured Kindness. And I also use the fabulous frames. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you know you can go to the recipe area on the website and you can look up exactly what they used. So when you look in the catalog and you say, oh, I wanted to create that card, it will give you the directions and everything on what to use and how to do it and the whole bit. Well, I didn't do that because I can kind of tell, oh, okay, I know what colors they kind of use. This one might be, you know, Sahara sand or crumb cake, whatever. That's not a big deal. Did they use foam on this frame? I don't know. They could have used dimensionals. I can tell the white piece on the inside because you can see the polka dots right along the side between the white. They used the white that was cut out here. I did not. I made it a little larger because I didn't want to see the line around the outside. A couple different things. I changed up the sentiment. I layered it up. And that's kind of what you're calling like a step 1, step 2, step 3 card. This is probably a step 2 because it's got a lot of, you know, layering up and things like that. It could even be a step 3 because they did do a lot of stuff on it. But this one, I decided to add a panel. I decided to use foam, which I'm going to tell you my thought on that. Again, a larger piece of paper. I used a banner instead of just a regular piece of paper. And I decided to make thank you cards because I'm always needing thank you cards. So that's kind of the difference that I did. So let's just get started. Like I said, I did do some of it because honestly, I was making these and then I said, oh, wait, I'll do a video because I kind of want to show this stamping and I'm going to show it from putting it on the Stamparatus and going from there and how I did it. Okay, thank you, Linda. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Hi, Curly Top. Okay, so here's my piece of paper. You're going to notice it's not the one that goes on the inside. It's a little larger. And so I cut it at 2.5 by 3 1/8. And for me, that just fit right perfect inside and you don't have any edges showing. The next thing I did is I did put these on foam, and I'm going to tell you it was not the easiest thing to do. I had them on foam, so here's what our foam sheets look like, and here's another little piece we'll be using in a little bit. Highly recommend foam for many, many things. This piece of foam is going to go on the back of our sentiment, so it's two-sided, just like our adhesive sheets. All right, and we're just going to lay it right on here. Okay, so there you go. Now, again, I will tell you, I've told you this before, this is a little thicker than the dimensional. Okay, let me see if you can see. Okay, see right here, you can kind of tell, but it is a little bit thicker. Not a lot, but it is a little bit. So keep that in mind if you're layering things up and you want to have them lay, you know, evenly or line something up, just keep in mind that if you start with foam, you should probably stop with foam, you know, continue doing it. Okay, so here we have the foam piece, which this is going to work nicely. I'm going to put this and nestle it in right there. And now my sentiment is going to be flush with the frame. Okay, because if it was dimensional, it might sink in just a little bit. And, oh, sorry, my son is asking a very important question. So let me answer him. Okay. So it's flush right here with the frame. Okay, so that's another reason why I stayed with foam and I continued using that. Plus, when I cut the pieces out that I needed for the frame, I have these strips right here. And so I just, you know, cut off a strip, and I used probably 2 of these strips for all of my sentiments. Okay, so there's that. The downside about the foam on a frame like this, it's a little more detailed. You have this fuzzy hanging from the foam, and so you just have to clean it up a little bit. And normally I don't do something that's this delicate, I guess you can say, with such small borders, but I just did not want to try and put strips along the side of here, because there's nothing worse than seeing foam sticking out. I understand if it's sideways, that I'm good with that, but I didn't want it to be like this by trying to put foam on, so I didn't even attempt it. I just did this. I took So saffron paper, and this one is 4 1/8, and this is going to be by 5 3/8. I made it just a little larger than my 4 by 5 1/4, which is my DSP, and this is from the Daydream, Design a Daydream paper. Okay, so that's what I put on the outside. On the inside, I did the same thing. I took a strip of the paper and the So Saffron, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and then the basic white is 3 3/4 by 5. So there you go. And then this is the thick basic white. So there we go. That part's done. This part is done. We're going to use this part, and we're going to move this out of the way. So let's move that. So we're going to bring in our stamp set and our Stamparatus. And on the last video, I believe it was, I had mentioned that I like to use, I'm deciding which color I'm going to use here on the side. I like to use multiple of my my doors here, my panels here for my Stamparatus. So we're going to put our image in the corner. I'm going to put this right up at the top because the very first image we're going to use is going to be the bottom here. And I'm going to show you how I would set it up if I were doing multiple. So when I do my stamps in here too, I also take this the flimsy piece. I don't take, I just threw one away. I do not take this harder piece and put it on here because it will lift all of your stamps when you try to pull this off. Whereas this one, other than this one not sticking, it comes off a lot easier when you're trying to lift up and get to your stamps. And the reason I do that is because sometimes I throw in little bits and pieces inside the stamp set, or I just like them to stay a little clean. So let me just move that over here. So now what we're going to do is you're going to look, and this image is pretty much going to take up the whole space. Now, even this right here goes down a little ways and this goes over. So if it's floating, it's not that big of a deal. So what you're going to want to do is kind of figure out your image and where things are going to go. So let's put this down here and think about, okay, let's pull this back over just a bit. This is what I did. I'm going to put my frame on here and put it on like that. And then take this piece here and let's just put it right here. And think about where your thank you is going to go. So when you have your thank you done, you can set it right here. And that's about where it's going to go, right there. So as long as you can see the bottom here of your image. So I'm good right about there. Oh, it moved, but I saw it right about there. And center it. Okay, so that's about where we want it. So let's go ahead and slide that back up. And then put that there. Now we're going to take our crumb cake. Hi Marcia, how are you? Yeah, Andrea, these frames, these are the fabulous frames. They're really, really nice. And this is the one, of course. But yeah, these are really, this is a great set. All right, so we need to close this and pick it up. Put our paper back in the corner where it goes. Make sure it's inked up really well. All right, so there we go. Now, what I would do if I'm doing multiples, I would leave that on there, which I'm going to, but I'm just going to wipe it off so I don't get it all over. And now I'm going to turn it over. So this is how we would do it if we were doing multiple. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our tree. All right, so now we're going to move this off. We're going to put our tree, and you want to put your little tree roots right there kind of grounded. Everything needs to be grounded, and these little ones go right at the side. If you look right here, see how it kind of goes. Oh, see, I did this right before and the lighting was great. Now all of a sudden it gets all weird, and I think it's because it's white. But it kind of goes downhill a little bit right there. And so you want to make sure, so my head might get in the way, I want to make sure that my roots are touching the ground, touching the dirt. Okay. But I also want my tree kind of in the middle. So just as long as your roots are kind of touching, that's what your main concern is you don't have to have them. Okay, I'm going to get my head in the way here. Okay. So they're touching there now. Okay, make sure it's back in the corner. All right, and now we're using early espresso. Make sure you get all your branches. It's such little branches way over here. I'm going to wipe this off. All right, and now we're just going to go over. All right, so see, as long as they're touching, that's what you're concerned about, is you don't want a floating tree. It's got to be in the dirt there. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to switch these two out. Again, now what I would do is, instead of bringing in another Stamparatus, if you have to, if you don't, then you could either move your paper and use this side over here. You could take these off if you're only doing one. But what I like to do is, now I take this off and I'm going to come in with another one. And there's so many times that I have needed more than one door, or two doors. So this, right now you're still with one because you get two doors on your Stamparatus. But instead of doing it up on top, I like to just replace it and keep it to the left, because this is how I like to work. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the sun. So we're going to bring this in. And what I did is I wanted to have the marks shown, and I kind of looked at what they did on the the image on the card. So I'm going to have to try and get my head up here. So this last mark right here, they brought it right along the side of this branch right here. And it makes it really nice because it looks centered. And it's kind of hard to see that right now because of your branches and your greenery's not there yet. But I like to put the sun in first and then the green on top of it. That way the green, I don't know why, it just seems like the sun goes to the background, and it will anyway because it's a lighter color. And so I'm just going to turn it to where these little hash marks on this side come to the right side of the trunk. So that's kind of what I did. So just like that. Just kind of get it where you want it. And then you'll see that these other branches, it'll go through the branch. Okay, so to me that looks fine. That looks a little to the left, but the tree's going to be a tad to the right, so you just kind of want to make sure you okay, I'm going to do it just like that. All right, so kind of just get it where you want it, but you'll see like right here, oh, see that the yellow is so hard to see. Right here, you'll see the little hash mark right there, and then right there between the branches, and then this one comes right down underneath this little branch that's right here, the trunk. Okay. All right, so we got that. So I'm going to move this up now and get a nice grip on the bottom because it's going to start here, so we can move our magnet up to hold it. And now we need our saffron. And I originally thought that we needed to stamp it off because I thought it was too bright in the background. But then I really liked the boldness of the yellow that's, you know, that's on here so you can see it because the tree really pops up. And so I did not stamp it off. So I'm just going to use it straight on. And it lightens up, remember. So once you stamp it, I want to make sure that I'm getting this over here that's close to the edge. Have you ever stamped where you're really pushing really hard and your rubber, it seems like it smushes, and then your lines just kind of seem like they're flat? So that's why I like using this. Oops, there's one spot right here. It just kind of helps me with a nice even image. Even that looks pretty, right, without the greenery? All right, so then I'm going to turn it over. And the first color I'm going to use is soft sea foam. So, and I'll show you all the colors in a minute. I'll hold them all up for you, but they should all be listed below. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to take our first set of trees, and this is where I'm really going to be leaning over here. Oh, good, Dar. All right, so what you want to do is your trees, they're going to have little round spots that are, you know, the bottom of the puffs of tree, and you want those to lay inside your branches, okay? So make sure that you can move them up, and I'm going to stick my head in the way I know I am. Here, let me lift it up and see if I can do it like this. You want to just kind of get them right on there so the branch is holding that, because you don't want them floating around either, right? You want it to be, so you'll look, just kind of look, and you'll see where the puffs of tree ends. And I'd rather have the puffs of tree down a little farther on the branches than floating above the branches. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let me just look where I'm at here. All right, so it's so hard to do it without having my head over. All right, this one's going to go down a little bit. It's not that hard. It's just that I'm on a weird angle here. All right, we're just going to go with that because I don't want to stick my head in the way. So just kind of line up all your pieces and now put it back. Just make sure it's always in the corner when you start. So when you're doing this, just make sure it's in the corner. And then when you pull it up, if it sticks, just kind of push it back. Hi, Becky, how are you? But I have trouble when I have to stamp in the corner with it. Yeah, you know, I really wish they would come out with some spacers. But you know what you can do is you can take, I would take a couple of pieces of paper and put them together. And I would put a spacer there and then you can move that over. So just a small example. Let's pretend that this is paper. Okay, this is foam sheets. This is the foam I was telling you about I had left over. And put it there and then put this up against it right there. So just, you know, make sure it's straight. This isn't probably not straight, but make sure whatever you're using is nice and straight right there. And then you can always, you know, butt your paper up against it. And then that would be, and then you can take that off. But you know, whenever you need to put it back in that corner and get it right, you can always take whatever you're using and push that back in the corner where you had it and then start again and hold your magnet down firmly while you're pulling this up. So you could do that too, and just make yourself a nice straight, you know, couple layer pieces of paper. I would have it folded or something. I mean, using this foam is nice. What you're afraid of is if you use a couple different pieces of paper, that it's going to leave, you know, that your paper can go in between the papers. So you want to make sure they're glued really well on the sides. So I hope that helps you. Okay, so let's get back over here where I was. I end up inking over here, and so that's why I hold I put this towards the top. So I hold it this way a lot, so that it's the longer, skinnier way, and instead of this way, because I'm trying not to get it all over everything, and then I tend to try to make sure I get that edge there. All right, so there we go. And I like to leave it just for a bit because it's absorbing in the paper, and this has the yellow below it. I just kind of want to make sure that it's absorb nicely. So there we go. And you can tell my trees are floating just a little bit, but that's okay. You guys know trying to do it on screen is not the easiest, but all right, so there's that one. So we're just going to wipe this off. And now that would be one Stamparatus because we have, you know, 4 sides of it, but I have 2. So I'm going to bring in my other platform that I have and put it in. If you don't, like I said, you can move it over, do that little trick I showed you, and adjust your image. All right. Oh, you know, one thing I forgot. Darn. Oh, I forgot it on my cards too. Look at that. This colors the inside of your trunk. You don't have to do it, but let's just do it while we're right here. We're going to align our trunk up. So when you guys get your card, you'll know it's not, I don't think I colored the inside of the trunk. I wanted the more sketch look. Silly me. All right, so there we go. There's a fly in here. All right, so I'm going to go back to using crumb cake on that, just because I have it right here. You could do Sahara sand, not Sahara sand, I would use soft suede or something would be kind of, oh, let's just do that. Let me grab it. I like soft suede. I think it would add just a little more richness, and it's not going to pick up that same basket down there. You can see I smudged right there, but that's okay because the thank you is going to go right there. So let's just go over like this. Okay, so now our tree is colored in. Okay, so here's the difference. And I could have stamped it off or something. It looks really cool in person. On the camera, it looks kind of hard to see. But so that's the difference is with that. Okay. So we don't need this one anymore. Now we need our pear pizzazz. All right, so our last one. Ooh, that fly is just buzzing around in here. My husband left the door open. Today was curb day, so my grandson had to stand out there and watch the front loader. He said, Ani, that's a front loader. He had to tell me all about it. Okay, I'm going to go right on the green, because if you go below, it does look kind of funny, but it's not going to line up. But just so you know, I'm going to just align the tops of these now. The tops of these are what you're looking at to align them. I'm going to pull this back over. So you want to look at this edge of the tree here and the top up there and the left. If you do the left and right here, you're pretty much right on. The left and the right. Okay, so the left over there and the right over here, you're pretty much going to be good. All right, so let's pick that up. Mine will be floating. That's okay. We can also fix that. We'll fix it. All right, so let's get our pear pizzazz on there. Again, it's sticking to this stamp right here. All right, so just go over it. You could do it, Debbie. My friend was telling me about this tree in the Facebook video she watched. It is beautiful. Oh yeah, I really liked it. I haven't seen anybody else. Well, I don't think I've looked. But so see how the tree just has that 3D look now? Now you can tell that mine are floating. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that, about that. So we're done stamping our image here. So we'll take that off. So anyway, now you have one on each side of 3 different panels. I like to work like that just because I know that I like to work from the left. I don't really like doing the ones on the top and inking up here, and that's just me. I do it sometimes, but it's not my favorite. Okay, so now what we can do, there's a couple things we can do. Let me show you first the colors that we used, just so you have them all, even though they're listed below. So let's get a good image here. God, that yellow is just... So it's Early Espresso, Soft Suede, Crumb Cake, So Saffron, Pear Pizzazz, and I always forget this one, Soft Seafoam. I always want to say So Seafoam. Okay, so anyway, that's those. All right, so now with my tree that's floating, the branches are Early Espresso and really dark, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to come in here closer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Early Espresso marker. Now, normally I wouldn't. You could also use, this would be my go-to, but this is a lot lighter than that. So what you could do is take a piece of scratch paper and think about how you're going to fix this. You don't really want to bring the green down because they're nicely just layered on top of each other. So if you did this branch, you could make it, you know, look really close to what that is. If you did this one, which I have to make sure, yeah. If you did this one, it's a little, it's either flatter because you have to kind of push on this a little bit. And to me, it's a little more room for air. So I want to get that clean. See how it goes clear? I love these. Even though it's pink, you can tell I used it with who knows what colors. And now we don't need the ink. So just take your marker, and I'm just going to lightly go up and touch the greenery. Okay, so just so that at least they're touching. And what I'm doing is I'm mostly going from the top down. That way you don't go into the tree, which that's fine too. I mean, branches are inside trees, right? But I'm just kind of going up and then down. So starting where my tree is and coming down to where the branches are. There's always a way to fix stuff, right? And then this branch should be touching both of this green. So I'm just gonna bring it around. Okay, so there we go. So now everything, oops, this one doesn't look like it's attached at all. So I want it to go up into the tree a little bit more. There we go. So now we fixed it. Okay, yeah, it looks like a safari, Deborah, you're right. Like we could put some animals on there. It could be Mufasa coming around the corner. All right, so here we go. Simple enough. We'll go ahead and adhere it here. So you want to put this in the middle. All right, so what I did is I got a pencil. This is where your frame's going to go, right about here. Okay, so you want to make sure it's centered. You know, your frame can get a little wonky like this, so just kind of, you know, make sure it's looking good where you want it. And then I took a pencil and I just did my top and my bottom, my right and my left. Okay, so that's what I did. I drew my lines so that I could take this piece. Oh, you know what I did? I used liquid so that I could have a little bit of wiggle room to get this where I want it to go. Okay, you only need a little bit because this is also going to hold it down. So look at your top and bottom. There you go. You're just going to be right over, and your left and your right, left and right, and my top. As long as you're looking at your left and your right and your top, you know it's going to be pretty close to where you need it, right? So just kind of look for that. And now on this, just make sure that rough foam is kind of off of there the best you can, and we can still fix it after. So peel the back off. You have paper on the top, remember. And now what I like to do is, as soon as I can find one, attach it to your pokey tool or whatever you've got on that side, and then that way you can put your finger on the edge where it's not sticky, and you can kind of get it right along the side there. Remember, you want to make sure that you're not seeing any of the green paper behind it, and then just slide this down. Okay, so right up here there's a little bit of foam with that little fuzzy foam. Just kind of, you know, tuck it under. Be careful, you don't want to scratch your paper because it will. So just tuck that under a little bit. Now we're going to take our sentiment, and I did the same thing. I put it right on the end of my pokey tool because I wanted to really feel it touch the bottom so that that foam is straight across. And see how I have a little bit of white here? I want to have a little bit of white over there because you don't know that your foam's exactly straight when you put it on. And there you go. And there's your piece. I didn't feel the need to add embellishments on there because I just really liked just the center just being that and being the main focus. I just really liked the crisp, clean look of this one. And so I'm going to add my adhesive. Like I said, if you're only doing one card, then, you know, switch out your Stamparatus as you go. And only use, you know, one panel if that's what you want to do. All right, and there you go. So you can see now where I did my branches, you can tell now they're touching the greenery. This one, I really stuck my head over it and made sure. Once you're there and you're looking at it and you're making sure that it's all aligned up, it's going to come out the same every time you stamp it if you're making multiples. On this one, I just happen to have it floating a little higher, and you can tell that they're higher if you compare. But if you don't compare, you really can't tell. As long as your branches are touching your green, then you're good. So there you go. There are the two cards. Super simple. Really fun to make. You use your DSP. You get a lot of it in that Design a Daydream. And so there you go. You can, good use of your DSP and that kind of a fun card. And if I can get away from pinks and purples and stuff, do something a little bit different, then that's good. So that's the difference. Like I did, I colored the trunk in there, and it looks really cool. It lightened up a little bit, so hopefully you can see it. But that looks really cool. I totally forgot to color those in, I think, because this is one of those cards, and it is not colored in. But it still looks really cool, I think. Oh, you guys are so welcome. I think, Linda, I really like it because it could be masculine. It could be a sympathy card. It could be anything. Thinking of you. Thank you. It's very generic. It's very, but very classy looking and kind of a rich looking card, I think. All right. Now, thank you guys for being so patient when I was trying to figure out, I don't know what was going on. Last week, I could not figure out how to do the prizes. So we're going to give away 3 prizes. The first prize is going to be for somebody that I asked a couple weeks ago, or about a week and a half ago or so, to comment on a video. So we're going to go back and draw for that one first. And it needs to be in the US, please. So we're going to go right here, and I'm going to minimize. Look at this. I already got it ready this time. So this is for commenting on my haul video that I asked if you guys can leave a comment, and I would choose a winner. So let's just draw and see who we get. Patricia DeWitt. Patricia. Let me write that down. Congratulations. DeWitt. I will try and contact you if you are not on the video live. If you are, let me know. If you are not, then contact me, and you will have won one of these. And they are, it's called a Crazy Press, and it's from Stamp It Crazy. A lady just gave me a bunch of them, and she knows I use it, and I bought them from her. I have no affiliation. She's just an Etsy lady. And so we have the blue, the white, and the yellow. So let me know which one you would like. Here's the yellow. Doop, doop. One of these 3. Let me know, and I will get that sent to you. Get this set. Yeah, Patsy, it really is. I really like it. Oh, you're welcome, Debbie. Yeah, any occasion. I love the idea. You could do a lot of, like 3 or 4 in the background, like lighter, and then do one that just pops up. Or, I mean, there's so many things you could do with it. So pretty. All right. So that's the first one. The second one, second 3, I'm going to do 3 more. Just because you guys are rock stars. The month is almost over. And one of these, I had done it as a prize, and she actually already had one. She had bought them. And I don't think you can buy these anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sherry, if you're on here. My upline made these, and they are for the paper that's in the mini catalog now. So you can get these. I put a little ring in here. And for each paper package that is in the mini catalog now, this is, you can see right here, you can see all the different papers. So these are in the mini catalog now. And so these are a really cool way to decide on a paper. If you're looking for something like on this one, you can, you know, flip it and look at the back sides, you know, look at everything and see, oh, there's a wood piece that I want right there. And you could make some really cool cards, getting some ideas with this. So it's a paper swatch book. So if you guys are interested in it, we are going to do a drawing, and let me find some paper so I can write a number down. Okay, I have a piece of paper long enough. See, it's blank. So the number I have on it, I put down. So go ahead and guess numbers if you would like one of these. I have 3. And so I'm going to do one number right now, and then we'll do 2 more because I have 3 of them that I will send off to you. So I'm going to look for the number and write your name down. Okay, numbers are starting. Remember, there's a little lapse because I'm doing CC now for people. So I have a little lapse from you guys. Oh, Andrea H. See, number 6 was the first one. So Andrea H. Please send me your address. That fly is in my window. It's driving me crazy. So Andrea H, please send me your address. You can go to my blog there, or Marcie at marciebeseckerdesigns and message me. And then we're going to do another one. So my pen's dying, so let me get another one. All right, so yay, Andrea. Okay, so the next one, let me get a number. Oh, did I say between what? Let's do 1 and 30, and otherwise we'll be here all night. So let me do another one. Okay, go ahead. Start writing more numbers. We have 2 more to go. This is our second one. So between 1 and 30, write your number down. I'm watching comments, and I just now said write your number down on the video. That's kind of the laptop. Oh my gosh, Dar. Look at that. First number out the gate, Dar. Oh, that's funny. Yay, Dar, congratulations. Oh, that was funny. Congratulations, Dar. All right, I'm waiting for you guys to catch up so you guys know Dar won. Now I'm going to write down my third number. Let's do between 1 and 30 again. You are welcome. All right, Dar, I have your address, so no worries there. All right, last one. I wrote my number down already, so between 1 and 30, go ahead again. Last one. Confirming, yes, I have 3. Oh, Deborah Davis. Number 30, Deborah Davis. Woo, you guys need to play bingo. Deborah Davis. Yay, congratulations. So these are the winners, Andrea H. Dar and Deborah Davis. I know you guys are going to catch up any second. Yay, Deborah. Okay, congratulations, you guys. I will get these in the mail as soon as you give me your address. I have a mail pickup for tomorrow. So if you give me your address, I can get these out tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be Friday or as soon as you give me your address. Yes, congratulations, everybody. So just to recap really quickly, we had really a lot of fun creating this card. So there we go. Lots of fun. It's really a nice card. Now, backing up again with the foam. I mean, you can give it a try. It is nice, and it's nice and sturdy, and you know the sides aren't going to be caught and, you know, ripped. But you might want to try if the thin strips fit there. Let me just look and see, and I can tell you because foam adhesive. Oh, I think they will. I didn't even try because I thought, well, foam might be fun. It was a little not as fun as I was hoping, but I think that this may fit. So let's look. Yeah, I think this would be the perfect. It will fit. Just make sure you do it nice and straight so it doesn't kind of wonky out of the side. But I would do this on the side, and then I would add your dimensionals on the top because the foam is a little bit of a nightmare. But it worked. It's just kind of a pain to work with on this die cut. Otherwise, I love it for underneath stuff. So, oh, Karen, thank you so much. Oh, Linda, you'll love it. I love the foam adhesive. Also, you can, you know, do it in little triangles and little shapes and all kinds of stuff. Is that Tiffany blue on your wall? No. So, my wall, I wanted to be Coastal Cabana. So, I took my Coastal Cabana ink pad to Kelly Moore. So, Kelly Moore has this color, and they call it Marcie's Teal is what they named it. They had this. I don't know why it's Marcie's Teal. Maybe because they couldn't take Coastal Cabana. But I asked them to make it a little bit lighter. So they said, how is 10% lighter? So it actually looks a little more green than blue. I got some accent items in here that are like a bluish color. And they go okay together, but they don't match the color. But it's but it works out quite nice. But anyway, yes, it's Coastal Cabana. Thanks, you guys. You know, I had a lot of people that were really concerned about my wall color when I was showing them what I was going to do. And right, Linda? I was like, okay. And they were like, oh, you're not going to like that color. But I knew because I had a house before that the walls were more of a Tiffany blue color. And that the whole room was that. And once you put all your white cabinets and everything in, like over here, you hardly see any except up across the top. And I have white cabinets on the wall here, up here, over there. And there's doors right here. So there's a lot of it you don't see. And then I have my TV up there. That's probably the wall you see the most. But I love it. So thank you guys. Ooh, pretty peacock, I bet. I'm gonna try very hard to do a tour this month. That's my goal. It'll be towards the end of the month for sure. But my goal is I have this shower coming this weekend, and so I will not be crafting probably until getting a card ready for next Wednesday because I've got so much to do this week, and I have a house full of company coming. Both of our daughters are coming. My granddaughter is coming, and so yeah. So it'll be next Wednesday when I come back. Let me know if you guys want to see Christmas or annual catalog. So if you can come back after the video's over and comment below, and let me know if you want Christmas or annual catalog. And if you do, let me know what you would like to see, and give me some ideas. That way I can be thinking about what I'm going to do for next Wednesday. All right, again, I need more stamp storage. What shelf did you use for the holds your stamps? Good luck. You know what? Stampin' Storage has a shelf that's like this. And my husband made this one, but I didn't know Stampin' Storage had it. And so they do have one, and I'll try and find the link and I'll post it below. So, and Stampin' Storage, for those of you that missed it at the beginning, they're having a sale right now. And on my Facebook page, which is Marcie Besecker Designs, I posted some of my favorite items on there that I have. Because I have the punch, two of the punches holders. I have the ribbon holder. I've got the marker holder, the blend holder, my ink holders over here. I have a lot of those. I love it. I finally bit the bullet and did it some time ago. And I've never looked back. I was like, what made me wait so long? If I had to choose my favorite item, I would probably say my plastic magnet. These are like the best. I love these. So these are one of my favorite things. My craft room is the same color. Oh, Brenda, yeah. It's just so cheerful. I love it. Like I said, the house I moved in, I made it like a blue color, and I loved it. Thank you, guys. It's my room. I was so happy my husband finally said, you know what, let's just do it. Oh, and I used my incentive trip money to buy my cabinets. So I feel like I earned this room. But thank you to you guys for helping me, all my customers. I appreciate it. Will you do a video? I'm going to do a video on my room. I'm hoping to do it at the end of this month, I hope. We're also traveling at the end of the month, but I'm going to try and get it in there. That's my goal, is this month. So be looking for that. Make sure that you guys give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hit the bell, subscribe and hit the bell and hit all, and you'll get notified on any kind of a video I put up, meaning if it's recorded, if it's live, you know, that kind of thing, unless of course it's a private class or something. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Oh, good, Connie. All right, so again, I don't know, I've had some purchases come in while I was online, but I do have one of my Hues of Happiness online kits still available, unless it sold while I was on video. And here is what your kit is going to look like. Lost a card. Here we go. Here are your 4 kits. I do all of the cutting for you. All you have to do is stamp. I even score your fancy fold item, and I put all your little embellishments and everything in there. You just have to stamp and glue. So I hope you guys, one left of this. So if that's gone, another class hopefully will be coming up soon, but bingo is like a class, but you get bingo and it's so much fun. We're going to do holiday items. So the items will be coming from the new holiday catalog. They will just ship towards the very end of the month because it's going to take me a bit of time to get them put together, and I'm not sure what I can send out before the end of the month, so I need to look into that. When I said it was going to be holiday, I started thinking, wait, it's not even available for you guys. So you don't have the stamp set to create it anyway until July, but you'll have them before the 1st of July. And that way you can order what you need and create them, or they're usually very flexible that you can put another Christmas sentiment on there or whatever. Also, a paper share. So I have a paper share, and it is going to be all the new papers and the catalog and some specialty papers. And as soon as I'm able to order those, I'll get them all packaged up. They're individually packaged in a 6x6 envelope, clear envelope, and it has the name on it and all that good stuff. And you'll have and try all the paper out and see what you like. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget, come back, leave a comment, annual catalog or holiday catalog. And if there's a particular set you're interested in, let me know. I don't always choose everybody's because sometimes, you know, you just aren't feeling it. So I will come back around though and definitely do it at some point. But leave a comment, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a great week. It's going to be super hot here this weekend. So make sure you drink water and stay hydrated and take care of yourself. Thanks, guys. I'll have a great baby shower. We're excited. Have a great weekend. See you Wednesday.